time start. Today, I'm very glad and propose to the Battelle Toastmaster and Battelle Research Institute how to braid hair into a thread. Do you have a pet in your home? Raise your hand. Thank you. And do you ever think you want to hold something? For example, your parents, spouse, loved one, something you can remember and put it in your wallet. Whenever you think about them, you can pull it out and touch it, think about them. Do you ever think of that way? Thank you. That's what I propose to the Research Institute of Battelle. Maybe you can do some research, make it come true. We know hair is the one easily everybody have it, and same thing for your pet. If we can make like a thread or a string, it's easy for us to carry. However, here's the problem. The problem is when we go to the barber shop and we cut our hair, and we shave the hair from the rabbit or the dog or the cat. It's very short. In order to braid any hair, lamb, goat, into a sweater, minimal length is 2 inches to 2.5 inches. Otherwise, they cannot braid. That's the common sense for those people who raise the lambs to make the wool. Before we go to that far, you have questions. Is this really profitable? Is this really could create a new industry? I believe you will ask yourself. Now, I want to share with you. In this world, with 7 billion people, we have 10 people in this room. We have one lady. She said she wants to touch those relatives. Something you can remember. That's 1/10 of the people. It's 1/10 of the people. If any one of them wants to spend $10, you calculate, this will be a good industry. Now, in terms of the pet, I did the research before. About 30% of households had a pet. Sometimes it's a range from 1 to 5 pets, dog or cat. Remember, some of the people, especially when they get old, the only attachment is their pet. And based on that, you can imagine how big this is. This reason, how to make the hair into a thread. And then, after we have a thread, we can make it into handkerchief. Any kinds of letters, whatever you want. This reason today, I would like to propose Battelle Research Institute. Maybe we think about how to make a thread, the hair into a thread. By the way, I actually have an answer. I thought I'm going to file a patent for that. That's my speech for today. Right now we have 3 to 5 minutes discussion.
Would the hair have to be a certain length of the hair to do this?
Suppose it's 2 to 2.5 inches, at least that long. At least, otherwise you cannot make it. And especially the human hair is very coarse. It need make it longer. This reason you didn't see a lot of things white. It's not braided. It cannot braid it. It need to be long.
You were proposing to have as individuals take their pet hair and get that braided into some kind of thing to get some profitability.
You are right. You are right. You are so smart.
Thank you. I was just having another question as to how we might sell that, though. How we might sell that to the general public.
Public put it in the internet. Public goes to the pet store. Have a franchise. Have a franchise. In my mind, thank you. In my mind, it might be a franchise.
Questions?
Any other questions?
Do you have something we can see, one to show us?
Not today. This reason, by the requirement, we need to show visual aid. I show the visual aid. Okay, so it might be bred in this kind of string, or have a thread tied together as a string. I already think through if we can make a small, maybe computerized stitch into a letter. Right now, this is possible. You see, we can stitch in. How to do it, I have not figured out that part. I believe we can do it. Maybe bigger thread goes through and stitch in. And it's might not this kind of handkerchief, maybe coarse one. So it can go through. Otherwise, too small, it cannot go through.
Would it be possible to take a glove of hair and twist it as you would yarn?
That's what I imagine. I think we can do it. If you want, we can join together as a venture. With
I have a glove with lots of hair. We can use it all.
Oh, now we're talking.
This reason, this idea comes from the Joy Combs. He's her dog. Her dog hair is this long. So they shave it. I said, can I breed together? Then the grooming facility, the people do the dogs. They say we cannot give away because against the sanitary health department, sometimes code. I do not know. I haven't figured out. So if Linda, you are interested, we talk about that. We can create industry from the
It
scratch.
needs to be the hair from the specific dog you're trying to.
Yeah. So we will not breed with any other people. What we do is we collect it as a bag. We go through some kind of sanitary process and then braid it and make a thread. Then whatever Linda you want, we can stitch it, or just send to you. You weave it for some kind of form. That's in my mind. That's in my mind.
I got one more question.
Okay, sure.
In terms of the kinds of things that we could weave from the hair, is that, I would imagine that's just sort of, that's not sort of universal, it's just for specific kinds of things. Or do you see it as just...
It will be universal. For example, Leo, you shave your hair although you are so short. There you go. Then we can still figure out how to braid it, how to make it thread. I already figured out how. So I think I'm going to buy a patent. If you want to join venture with me, let's do it together. Thank you.